40 years ago, when Joe Madiath was still a student, he travelled around India by bike. That was long before he founded Gram Vikas, an organisation that improves the quality of life of poor and marginalised rural communities, mainly in Orissa, which is one of India's poorest states. Joe Madiath set up the project because he wanted to help Orissa's indigenous people, who call themselves the Adivasi. They've lived here for thousands of years. These days, many Adivasis have adapted to the mainstream Indian lifestyle, but other communities, such as Kan Haiput, have been left behind by technological developments. But today, the village's 200 inhabitants will witness an historic event organised by Joe Madiath.
Oh, this was an unelectrified village. So today they are getting electricity, the grid connection. So they are putting a transformer, they are having the switching system, and the lines are being drawn to the individual houses of this village.
The villagers are paying for everything themselves. Joe Madiath is a great believer in community effort. In a few hours, Kan Haiput will be connected to the electricity grid. Even a local official is expected at the momentous event. Joe checks to see if everything's all right. But what exactly is this mysterious house of dignity in the neighbouring village? That's the term for the bathrooms, built with the help of Gram Vikas. In many Indian villages, indoor toilet facilities are uncommon. Now, slowly but surely, the situation is starting to change.
You can see each family has a toilet and a bathing room. Yeah. And it is connected with water, safe piped water, 24 hours. And this is paid by the people. The entire maintenance is done by the people. And this has been there for the last 10 years.
Getting this far was hard work. Joe Madiath invested huge amounts of time and effort convincing people with murals like this one that improving sanitation facilities was necessary, and that it was high time they confronted a problem traditionally taboo. Gram Vikas also supplies villages with teaching materials so that school children can go home and tell their parents how important proper sanitation facilities are. Joe Madiath has managed to get hundreds of communities in Orissa to help him build village wells.
For water supply and sanitation, the people have to agree on 100%. That means not even one house cannot be an exception. So all of them have to agree that they will construct a toilet and a bathing room and have running water in the toilet, bathing room and kitchen.
And what happens if somebody says, no, I don't want?
Then we do not work in that village.
The women are usually the first to get involved. At this construction site close to the village, the men look on while the women build a water tank. Before each house received running water and bathrooms, many local women suffered from repeated bladder and kidney infections. But it was an issue few were willing to discuss.
I work for this project so that there's enough water for the village. That means I can look after my garden and grow mangoes and cashews. I'm glad we no longer need to leave the village to fetch water. And we no longer have to drink contaminated water, which gives us diarrhea. Today, we are a good example to other villages.
95% of villages in Orissa still have no access to clean water. Joe Madiath has helped build 30,000 toilets, but he still has a lot of work ahead of him. He's on familiar terms with the state's politicians. Today, he's expecting a high-ranking visitor at the Gram Vikas headquarters.
Welcome, Mr. Patro. Mr. Patro is our Minister for Energy. Thank you. Welcome to Gram Vikas.
Joe Madiath has won many prizes for his work, but Gram Vikas can't survive on accolades alone. That's why he has to lobby for public financing to help pay for projects such as connecting villages to the electricity grid.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Just a short question. You're smiling happy. Do you get more support from the government now?
I don't know. He says the problems that people are facing because of lack of power, or there is no transformer, there is no line, etc., he will solve. But every politician promises that.
In Kanhaiput, the moment everyone has been waiting for finally comes. First, a commemorative plaque is unveiled. Then a quick flick of a switch, and the first lights go on. The minister was planning on giving a speech, but before he can start, a sudden storm sends everyone heading for cover. Joe Madiath himself has to get to Delhi, where he'll be negotiating his next projects with members of the government.
Today, my organization changes the lives of at least 10 families. It is usually around 50 families a day, for the better, forever.
His work has made quite an impression, even as far away as Africa. Gram Vikas has done so well that Joe Madiath might soon see his project become the next big Indian export.